What's going on, guys and gals, and welcome to Good Real Hunting, where we out for the good reels, so you don't have to. It's your boy Brad, the Brett Man, aka Ghost Spurt's right over there. Destiny's right underneath us. We're going to be talking Scream here in a minute, and not just any Scream. We're going to be talking a new Scream that's going to be coming out next week. We're all really excited about it. Last year, we did a prediction video on the movie. Our thoughts, our predictions going in. Actually, me and Brett did one for our second channel video ever a long time ago. Don't watch that, please.
Yeah,
But this,
please don't. It was awful.
it was, but we're ready to tackle the subject once more because we are right around the corner. The trailer has come out, and I got the Scream gurus here. Of course, the pros of the Scream universe. So they got some good stuff too. Brettman's got some questions for us, and we're all really excited to get into it, guys. How are y'all doing today?
Wonderful.
Man, it's hot in that mask, so I have to take that off for a minute. Plus, I had to wear that too because I just heard that freaking Days of the Dead in Atlanta, Roger L. Jackson's going to be there, and I'm just even more jacked. I'm going to buy my ticket right after this show.
Hell
So
to
I'm
the
just
yes.
in a great mood today. And plus, we're talking Scream 5 predictions, almost to the year of when we did our little recording of our previous predictions. And I got some notes of that. But before we get into those notes, I want to check the chat to see what's going on in here.
I gotta say, Destiny, that was a very enthusiastic, wonderful that you said there a minute ago. I can really tell that you're feeling good today. You're pumped and you're jacked and you're ready to get rocking into the Scream universe.
Yeah, all I said was fantastic or something. What did I say?
You said wonderful.
Wonderful. Oh, yeah, doing amazing. Happy to be here.
All right, let's see here. We got Matt Fauci from Fauci Cinema. What's going on? Scream 1996 predictions. Nice. We got Kyle from Fleet Lives. What's going on?
Kyle,
New to the channel of Darren Chandler. What is going on?
welcome to the party, pal.
Boom, it's Emily Boomer. How are you doing?
Hello.
Which I will be seeing her on Bacon Pee Poo's channel. I'm a little, if I can do some math real quick, 2 hours and 14 minutes. And then Horrorhead Heather. Heather, what's going on?
Hello.
So, want to get those shout outs real quick. And let me get my notes. Okay, yeah. So, what I did this week at work is I went back to our old video from 2021 of last year when we did this video of doing predictions for Scream. And there's some notes that caught my eye. And I just want to address those notes to each of you because I really didn't really have anything that unique. I was so bad because of earlier YouTubing stages of trying to learn everything. But you and Brad were awesome. So let's see.
Well, Bert, I don't think that's entirely true. I thought you did a really good job. I thought we had a good conversation that day. And
oh no, you two had a great
excited
conversation that day. I was just awful. I was just rambling and everything.
no, I think you did fine.
All right. The first note I have here, if everything would not fall off of my chair here, we talked about the number of killers. Destiny, you said you wanted 2 to 3, but you say 3 was a little too much. Do you still stand by that?
Yes, because 2 is typical for the Scream movies. I still do think 3 would probably be too much, but it would be something we haven't seen before. So I wouldn't be mad because it is different. But if there was any more than 3, that's when I'd be like, oh, okay, what the fuck's going on? So 3 is definitely maximum for me.
Okay. Brad, you said about 2, kind of like with the same thing with 3 being too much too. So you stood at 2. Are you still going to stick with 2, or do you think it's going to be more, or do you even think it's going to be less?
You know what I would like to see? I would like to see, I think 1. Let's go with 1 killer. Let's go back to the 1 killer setup here because I thought that was cool. It's a cool idea because 2 is nice. 2 is always fun. It really worked in the first movie because you didn't see it coming, and that's what's great about it. But ever since then, I feel like they've done 2 just for the sake of doing 2. They do 2 because they feel like they have to do 2, and I would like to get away from that. I mean, if it makes sense in the story, then yeah, sure, 2 is fine. But I think I would like to personally see 1 in here and make it, a better job of what they tried to do with the third movie. Try to make it a little bit more personal, maybe or something that something where they could maybe stick the landing a little bit better. I think that could be really cool.
All right. And on my notes, I had 2 as well, with 3 saying that is too much. However, I actually think, and we'll go into detail to this later with like the big like prediction that we're going to do on here of who do you think the killer is, but we're going to save that more towards the end. So a little, kind of like a little hint. I'm going to go with 3 now. I think we're going to take it a step further and go with 3, and I'll reveal my predictions of why to that later on when you hear who my 3 killers are.
I like it. 3 is good too. I wouldn't mind 3 because I think again, difference what I want to see here, and I want to see it make sense. And 2, especially like in 4, it's like, oh, this is kind of forced, and 2, both it's kind of the same thing there. Like I've like I just said, it just felt forced.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, for sure. 2 more people popped in the chat real quick. What's up, Chris Snyder saying, yes, Brad, team 1 killer, but I think there's going to be 2. Chris Quinton, welcome to the channel, my friend. Do you guys feel it should be VOD on the same day? Canadian theaters are closed. Oh man, first off, that sucks. And second, I don't think they will go that route, even though I wouldn't be surprised maybe or 2 or 3 weeks they might put it on VOD. So what do you guys think on that?
Yeah, I mean, I don't think it should be like on it. It should be like, like a $20 sort of like thing, not like Halloween Kills on Peacock, because people are definitely, illegally doing that shit. Because once you put something on to record, it's not that hard. Like, I saw people posting links to the movie, so I was like, that's kind of not cool. But if it's something like a $20 thing, I think that's pretty reasonable on like Amazon Prime or like whatever. Just it's more money because they're going to be losing out either way. So why not try to make some more money?
Yeah, most definitely. And because like Scream, with as popular as it is, it's not the Halloween franchise where everybody would be willing to spend like $30 to go see it on VOD. That's why like the whole Peacock thing with it being like just the Peacock price, kind of like took everybody by surprise. And they were probably actually really thankful so they didn't have to pay that $30. But Scream, that would kind of hurt them. If they don't like charge like the $20 on VOD. So I don't think they're going to do it. I think they're just going to stick to their guns, and hopefully the fans will show up on like opening weekend.
Yeah, I think that's what they're going to do. I don't have any. I mean, if they wanted to do open it up to streaming at least early on, I think that would be fine, especially for people like in Canada where the theaters are closed or in certain locations where you don't have that option. But yeah, I mean, I think at first, at least, we're going to see it just hit the theaters.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, agreed. Just because that's where like the big money making, kind of like just to make the most money out of your opportunity at the movie is going to be at.
Right.
And what's up? Hello there, Caleb. What's going on from the Dark Ether Files podcast? And try to see here. And chat, let you all know too, if you got any questions that you want us to predict too, just drop it in the comments because we will love to read them as well. I got a few, but we also want to hear from you all as well.
Yes.
Alrighty, I think that is it for the moment. So again, going back to the prediction video we did, Destiny, I'm going to make some points that you brought up here. You think that 1 of 3 the main killer, or not killers, but the 3 of Nev Campbell, David Arquette, and Courtney Cox will get killed off. You're thinking that Selena Gomez is going to be in this movie, which, trust me, we'll get to that prediction just because I'll be honest with you, I totally forgot about it.
Yeah, me
too. You think Jenna Ortega is the final girl. Yeah, so we don't think that's going to happen, but hey, I'm going to leave that up for open discussion. You also said hope Kirby comes back. Multiple movies with the success of Scream 5, like kind of like a next set of trilogy. You don't think this movie? You heard this movie was not going to be as meta. And let's see here. You also said Kyle Gallner's character. He's going to be a killer.
100%.
And you also said flashbacks with Billy and Stu are going to be included, so we get our Billy and Stu. And lastly, you said the theory of Stu survives by changes his name, moves to Woodsboro, and he has a kid, aka Kyle Gallner's kid. So, do you like any of those like refreshing memories, or these are some things you feel the same about, or different, or what's on your mind?
Some same, some definitely different. Do I think Stu's coming back in the first place like that? I really don't think so, but I still do think that would be kind of like a cool idea. Even though the movie, I still don't think it's going to be meta, because I think they've even said that themselves, that this is like a darker tone. So I still think that's true, because pretty sure that's what they said. So I'm gonna believe them. Selena Gomez, no, she's not going to be in it, because that was like a little rumor that some people are talking about on Twitter. Don't think that's going to happen now. Jenna Ortega, do I think she's going to be Final Girl? I really don't know, because I know from the trailer she's like what appears to be the Casey of the movie, but I still think that's too obvious. Like, I really don't think she's going to be the opening kill. There's still a chance she could die, but I still just don't think that's going to be the opening, because I feel like that's just too obvious. So, do I think she's going to be Final Girl? Still, maybe. I feel like it could just be there to trick us, which I'd kind of be happy about it. I still think it'll be in the movie, but I think it's going to be different than what we assume. What else? Kyle, do I think he's going to be a killer still? Maybe. Even though from the trailer, it seems to be like, it appears to be that he gets attacked, which again, who knows what could really happen. So still maybe. What else did I say?
You said about the flashbacks with Billy and Stu.
I would like to believe that there will be flashbacks, because, Halloween Kills, they did flashbacks, and I feel like that was some of the best parts of the whole movie. So it is possible. And because I remember seeing some pictures, what it looked like to be is like the 1996 sort of Scream vibe of the school. So that's what I was maybe thinking, that they're doing something at the high school and showing some sort of flashback. So I think that's still possible. I'm just trying to think about it, how it would make sense and not feel weird just like flashing back. Because in Halloween Kills, I think it makes sense, at least the first time especially. But if they continue to do flashbacks, I think it might be a little weird to see in this sort of movie for some reason. I don't know. But, maybe. I would be happy to see Stu and Billy come back in some sort of way. I would just be interested to see how they do it, and whatever they do, hopefully it just doesn't look bad or feel out of place in the movie.
Right. And that's a very good point too, because we don't want to really overdo with the flashbacks if they don't make sense to do, like story wise. Like, would it be cool to have that happen? Absolutely, it would. But it just has to make sense and not like just be forced in there, like, and kind of like ruin the flow of the movie. Brad, any thoughts about the flashback idea?
Flashbacks. I could see it. Especially if they go in the direction of like a relative of Stu being the killer, which I think is a possibility. I could see that, at least some kind of, at the very least, some kind of flashback with Stu. I could see that working out pretty decently.
Okay. And Destiny, I'll tackle this last one before we go into Brad's what he said back in the past. One of the three main characters to be killed off. Are you still standing strong on that, or are you having second doubts? Uh-oh.
Wait, who are you talking to?
I am talking to you, Destiny.
Oh my god, I thought you said Brad, because I thought you said
sorry.
Said.
No, I said right before I go to Brad. That's my
right
bad
before,
with the grammar.
Okay. Yes, I do think still one of them's going to die, unfortunately, because I don't want any of them to die. I know some people had complained to Scream 4 that none of the big three died, but I don't know. I just love these characters so much. I don't want to see anyone go, but do I think it's going to happen probably because it would make sense, I guess, to kind of step it up. But if someone does die, hopefully it's not in a cheap way. Hopefully it, they go out fighting.
Mhm.
And I think it would probably still be Dewey. So,
I know.
and I really don't want Dewey to die, but then I don't want,
Anybody.
anyone to die, especially Sidney. If Sidney dies, I will be pissed. I will genuinely be mad.
Yes, and from the prediction video, you even say you're going to fight somebody, so I'm going to hold you to it.
I would fight someone. I would be so upset. That would be like, I don't know. That would probably be the worst movie death I've ever seen, no matter what way. If it's in a bad way or even if it's in like a heroic way, like it won't matter because I'll still just be really upset.
And I'm probably going to get in trouble here. What would be the worst movie death? Sidney Prescott or Cameron Elam?
Damn it, I knew you were going to say that.
I'm sorry. Like, I was trying to say it right before Chad got in the chat here. So
it would definitely Sidney, just because, I've been connected to the Scream movies, to her character for so long. Cameron, since 2018, like, it's not that serious,
Mm-hmm.
But if she goes out in that sort of way, oh my God, I would definitely just throw up right there. I wouldn't even try to hold it.
It can only go up from there, though. Like at this, if that were to happen, it's like, I'm never going to be this disappointed again. So it's fine.
Yeah.
It's cool. There's my ceiling, there's my floor. There's rock bottom. We're good. We're golden now. We can go on and watch whatever now.
It can only
and
go
we're
from
safe.
here. Especially it being like early January, just start my year with some heartbreak. And the rest of the year, hopefully it's good. Knock on some wood.
Yeah. I don't have any. Oh, my desk. Duh. There we go.
There you go.
So let me go ahead. I saw some more people joining the chat. I want to give them shout outs. Tyrese Daniels, what's going on? One of the coolest names on YouTube, but Flamethrower Fluff Salisbury, what's going on, my friend?
My friend.
Oh, wait a minute. What was that? Hello, beautiful. Oh, and Brad and Desi. Oh, I know it's a haircut, but come on now. So, Frank Riker, what's going on? I would love to see them nuke was proactive. Deck of it, Frank.
Yeah.
I'm going to send you some money to buy a damn ticket and just do it for the YouTube channel.
That's funny because I was listening to the Halloweenies podcast earlier, and I was re-listening to like one of their old podcast episodes. They were covering Halloween 5, but they also kind of did like Halloween 2018 predictions because this is before the movie came out. So it was funny like listening to like them talk about the movie, knowing what we know now. And that was one of their suggestions. It was just to nuke the whole Haddonfield. Yeah, just get rid of Michael. Just blow them all up.
Yeah, so surely you're going to get Michael out of some kind of explosion.
Well, unless he eats hearts, and then in which case you might be in trouble because he might just bounce around.
We are not doing Michael Goes to Hell, so shut up, Brad.
Ooh, Michael.
Oh, gosh. All right, Brad, I'm going to list out some of your predictions that you did from 2021. You said, and this is, I think, the big one that you predicted, Courtney Cox will be the opening kill, the potential of that. And you also said that a killer survives at the end of the movie, which that is a big, bold prediction, which if we do the whole like multiple movies, that can be very possible. And you said one of those, and that surviving killer is going to be Kirby. So you also think Kirby's going to be back. And a family member of Cotton, like a son sibling, might appear in this movie, like one of the newer characters being an heir to the Cotton family. And the last thing you said was Kyle Gallner is going to be a killer. So anything you stand by that, or something changed, or what's going on?
Yeah, I don't know what I had to drink that day, but I know today we're good to go, and I think I'm going to change some things around, and I think that we can scrap the Cotton idea. I don't think that's going to happen, and I think, Cal Gallner, or whatever his last name is, Gallner, I think is still very likely to be involved somehow, some way. I don't think that Courtney Cox is going to be involved in the opening death anymore. I don't know. That was a horrible idea. I don't know where that came from. I have other plans for her, but that's not it. What else was it, Brett, man? Where were we at?
A killer was going to survive at the end, and you think that's going to be Kirby.
That would be an interesting idea. Actually, I would kind of like to see that, but I don't think it's going to happen. I don't agree with that either.
Well, dang gum, you pretty much don't agree with anything you said besides the Cow Gallner being a killer. Am I saying that wrong too?
Galnay.
I don't know. You could say it however you feel is comfortable.
I'm going to say
really
I'm going to say Galnay like Brad's doing over there, just because it just sounds funny.
That's probably the most accurate. Yeah.
So, but yeah, Brad, those were your predictions.
Yeah.
I'm going to keep reading Frank's. I'm going to keep reading Frank's comments just because he is the biggest Scream fan I know, and I just want to know what he has to think. He says, "I predict that Ghostface trips over 4 rugs, bumps into 6 doors, gets punched 3 times, knocked out twice, gets bit by a rat."
I mean, it's a goddamn rat, man.
I knew Brad was going to play that damn clip. Maced by a grandma, falls off a 3-foot step ladder, and is 4 different people. Frank, you just spoiled the whole damn movie for us. So thank you so much for just being a Grinch when it comes to the Scream franchise.
I like the idea. I mean, I think that's going to be a lot of fun. And yeah, I think that's an interesting way to take it.
And Flame also says, Frank, that's a bold strategy there, Cotton. Let's see if it works out for him. Good old classic dodgeball quote right there. Oh, and then Frank also said, fingers crossed, I could imagine a lot of head scratches. Gosh, Frank.
I was with you until you said bit by the rat. That's when I was like, well, everything else I was like, yeah, it's pretty reasonable. I mean, they usually are clumsy, so.
Well, if we're going to nuke Woodsboro, it would be a nuclear rat biting Ghostface, and then Ghostface will now become Rat Ghostface.
All right. Interesting.
Yeah. No, it's not going to happen. So sorry, Frank. I'm going to scratch that idea of yours. Here's my notes. And gosh almighty. The big thing I said was bring Kirby back. Yes, please bring Kirby back. Please, please, please. Please, please, please. Please, please. Just because she was the big highlight of Scream 4 for me, just being the female version of Randy. And we love the style of character that Randy was in the first 2 Scream movies. So, and plus, I don't think that Scream 4, when they supposedly killed her off, they didn't know what they were going to have with her and how much the audience will react to her. So, I think now with just a lot of fans loving her character, I really hope they bring her back. I would be disappointed if they don't.
I think the only way they do bring her back at this point is if she is the surprise killer at the end of the movie. She's not listed on the cast on IMDb or anything like that. Not that. I mean, that would be a money-making decision to have her on the cast if she was going to come back in any sort of way that wasn't a huge surprise. So, yeah, I think that's going to be the only bet, which would be cool.
Yeah, Destiny.
Yeah, I mean, there's still, never say never. There's still a chance because some people hid their roles pretty well, and then boom, they're on the screen. So there's still a chance because same thing could be said about some other movies, I'm trying not spoiler alert for Spider-Man No Way Home.
All right, hold on. Before you cast that spoiler, I do have this gift just in case. So, spoiler alert, if you have not seen Spider-Man No Way Home, I will do an X symbol when we're done talking about it, if you want to mute us just for a second. So, okay, Destiny, go.
I mean, Andrew Garfield, he denied this thing for a long time. Tobey Maguire wasn't really in the spotlight, I guess, so he was kind of not, I don't know. I guess he wasn't talking that much, but Andrew Garfield was talking, doing a lot of interviews and stuff for other movies. And, surprise, they're both in the movie. Even though there was speculations of that, which some people speculate Kirby could be in it. Because, I know around the time they were filming, she had cut her hair short again, which she just has short hair sometimes, but still we're interesting, especially the timing. So I would like to see Kirby come back in some way. I don't want her to be a killer, because I'll just think, oh, all right. But I don't know, even if she doesn't show up till the end, or maybe even in the 6th movie, if this one does well, which I think it'll do well enough to at least start a new trilogy still. I still stand by that. So if she comes up in some way, even if it's not in this movie, I'd be pretty happy.
Yeah, like killer or no killer, I'm going to be happy no matter what because I can understand her motives of being a killer, but I can also really want her to see being like a final girl type character for the multiple like movies we get after this one, if it does well and if that is their plan. I would really appreciate that. It's just again, I love Kirby. Please bring her back. Let's Wolfman, what's going on? My prediction is that at least one of the main three dies, and that would be heartbreaking. Yeah, absolutely. And Miss Carter, what's going on? I did saw her comment up here. I'm trying to find. There it is. Her big bold prediction is Stu lives. So that is a bold prediction, just because a lot of people think that he's dead. Danner Bobanner, what's going on, my friend?
Dinner.
And then Danner also says Stu is fucking dead.
D-E-A, dead.
Dead.
Destiny, again, if I need permission to put this guy in timeout, you just let me know.
Oh, what's he
What are you
doing?
talking about, dude? That's Dr. Samuel Loomis coming in here. Michael Myers is fucking dead.
No, not you, Brad. It's freaking Chad here going, congrats on the Head and Shoulders endorsement.
Chad, you find one joke and you just stick to it.
He's still salty when you whooped his ass and that slashed it out. I think that's the only reason.
Now, listen, I wouldn't say it was 100% Alabama ass whooping here. I just, I think it was a pretty close matchup, but Destiny did pull it out.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so
all right. So a couple of more notes I had on here is my idea about like podcasters visiting Woodsboro, kind of like visiting Stu's house and Sidney's house and all that. That's kind of like a main point of the story. I don't think that's going to happen anymore based off what we see in the trailer. But maybe one of the newer characters can be like a podcast person. I also have Mason Gooding being a killer, and let me see what his character name is. He's one of the Meeks for Chad Meeks. So maybe. And Cal Gallner is Stu's son. That's what I said. And then the last thing I had was Sidney passing the torch. And I really want to elaborate on this one just because if she lives, is that what she's going to be doing in this movie? Is she going to be passing the torch? I guess it's safe to assume that Sam might be the new final girl. Maybe, maybe not. But what do y'all think? Do you think she's going to be passing the torch in this movie? Let's see here. Brad, let's go with you first.
I think it's a good time to do it. I think there's a few different things you could do with that. It's going to be, honestly though, it's probably going to take more than one movie. She's had so much of a legacy here in these first 6 movies, first 4 movies. I don't know where the extra 2 came from, but she's just had, so much of a legacy. You're not going to successfully pass the torch in just one movie. I don't care how good your new characters are. It's just not going to happen. So I think she may do it, but it's going to be more of a gradual, let's do it over a couple of movies, kind of deal. Like maybe.
So you think Nev Campbell's going to be in multiple movies?
I think there's a good possibility at this point, depending on how this movie does. I think it's a decent possibility. Yeah.
Okay, kind of like how what Lori with Jamie Lee Curtis using kind of like her star power to help like the trilogy of Halloween. Okay, I can potentially see that happening depending on what the story does on that. Destiny, your thoughts about Sidney passing the torch?
I mean, I really don't want her to because, like Brad was saying, I would like to see her for more movies. Like, I hope this isn't her last Scream movie. And if she is passing the torch, again, I hope it's not from her dying and, like, literally, like, she is not there anymore. No matter what, like, I want Sidney to have a happy ending, like a happy send-off. I don't want it to end with her dying. That's how they start a new like generation of Scream movies, I don't want it to be like that. I want her to have a happy send off, whatever she does, but there's still a chance, I think. I hope that's not the case, really.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm just like a big fan personally myself. I love passing the torch, especially if you do that kind of like that story right. I feel like that's right now kind of like where the Halloween trilogy is kind of missing that opportunity. As Jamie Lee Laurie passing the torch to Allison kind of a little bit. I'm still hoping that Allison really just gets that major push in Halloween Ends. That's going to be like my biggest hope for Halloween Ends. But for this one, I think if you're going to pass the torch, I think this movie is the right time to do it. You can still have Neve Campbell be in the multiple movies of like Scream, like 6 or 7. Like you can still do that, but she can at least pass the torch and kind of like be kind of like a side character versus like your main character. So that's my prediction on that.
Well, let me revert it back to you real quick. Let me give you the reverse card from Uno and just ask you a couple things here. What do you think? I mean, we saw her briefly in the trailer. Outside of that, we really don't know a lot. What do you think her life's going to be? I mean, it's been 10 years since the last movie, give or take some change. And, I mean, what do you think she's doing these days? I mean, is she going to be freaking Jamie Lee, like freaking, all duked out and stuff, like in the basement, like with a bunch of weapons and like ready to freaking party, like Sarah Connor style? Or do you think she's kind of moved on from this and, maybe she's, I don't know, she doesn't show anything like this in the trailer, but do you think maybe she's married? Do you think, she's got any kids? I mean, what do you think, what's going on in her life at this point?
I'm glad you brought that up because I actually got an answer for you. Or I really don't have an answer. I just have a strong like feeling. When you pay close attention to her hand in the trailer, she does have a ring on, and one of the other ones is her like kind of like pushing a stroller. So I think she might be married at this point. I kind of like want her to because I want her to be happy because trust me, Sidney Prescott has gone through so much shit in her life. So I just want her to be happy. But for her, like being crazy, kind of like Laurie Strode wise, I do not think so. But I think she is like easily more prepared just because of her quote saying, "I'm Sidney Prescott. Of course I have a gun." So that she's always just gearing up, ready to go. So I don't think she's going to be as crazy as Laurie, but I think she's just going to be like, hey, if some bad shit happens, at least I got my gun and I'm ready to go and shoot people up.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, that's a good bet. That's a good bet.
Mm-hmm.
Destiny, your thoughts?
Yeah.
Yeah, so today I actually saw something and it's like a different angle, or you get to see more of that scene when you first see her in the trailer where she's jogging, and it definitely looks like a stroller because you see it from the side, so you see the two wheels, and I was like, okay. So I think she's probably married and definitely has kids, which I don't know. I don't mind her being married. It's just like I don't know if I want her to have a kid. I don't know. It's like a weird thing I have. Usually when people have kids, I'm like, oh, kind of takes the character, it just like not diminishes it. I don't know. It's just like a weird thing I kind of have.
Well, it's kind of like Sidney probably doesn't make sense for her particular style of character just because she doesn't want to like let that kid kind of like live up to her mother's reputation of everything that happened to her. So I think it's kind of like in a way that she kind of shouldn't have a child just to protect the child. If that kind of makes sense. I know I'm like going all over the place with this idea, but I'm going to I don't think it kind of makes sense for Sidney to be a mother.
I think it could make a lot of sense. I think it would be interesting to see that. I think, as a mother, she's got higher stakes now than ever. Obviously, that adds more stakes. If this gets involved, yeah, and it could, if it's a personal, storyline here, it could very much be where the child is endangered, and I think that could be really cool. And I also so the kids hit or miss. We don't know this, if that's going to be a thing or not. But I think you guys both think that, marriage is possible. Now, the next question I have for you guys is, what is her husband going to be like? Like, she used to like the bad boys in high school. Now, like, I could totally see her, like, she's going to be running the household. Let's be honest. What do you think about her husband here?
Honestly, I'm not so sure. Do you know who I wish it was? I wish it was the detective from Scream 3. Because I thought that was actually a perfect matchup, but we have heard absolutely zilch from him because of what we get in Scream 4. So honestly, just like based off the trailer and everything I'm hearing, I don't think there's that much. I think that's going to be one of the hidden surprises in Scream 5 of what her husband is like, if there is a husband.
What if the dude from Scream 2 like survived the gunshot and he's back and he's thinking that she loves him? Like, you know.
Yeah, Detective Kincaid. Thank you, Quentin. So
Whatever
Lucy,
it
what do you
is,
think?
I just don't want it to be like, I don't like, it's fine. I just don't want, I really wouldn't want to see them involved in the plot, I guess, you know? Like, I
Mhm.
hope it's like she gets the call, and if she is married and has a kid, she's like, I have to go. And like, I don't
Yeah.
want them to come, because it would, I don't know, I think it would just feel kind of odd just to have her husband there, because I feel like that would kind of throw off the dynamic. So if they are in her life, hopefully they're not really in the movie for me.
So he can be like a peanut butter penis boy, and just like not really
Oh,
be involved in
God.
the story. From obviously, I'm referring to your boy Brett, man. I can't even remember his name. He's so
Ray.
Ray.
Right.
Yes, yeah.
He's not my boy. He ruined peanut butter for me. But that's not the point right now. Do you have any other predictions you want to ask?
No, it's just those are a couple things that popped into my head. I was curious.
I got you. Destiny, before I go some over screen prediction questions and ask the chat to go ahead and drop theirs, do you have any prediction questions you want to get out there?
Do y'all think this is going to be like the goriest Scream movie we've gotten?
Ooh, Brad, I'm going to
think
let
so.
you take that one. I'm going to write it down.
I think so. I think that's a trend we've been seeing for many years. You see it in the Halloween franchise without question. I mean, obviously, the last two have been the most brutal that we've seen, and I think this is going to be no different. They took some steps in that direction in Scream 4 with the disembowelment in the bedroom, which is what I'm calling it now. And I think they're going to take it even farther here in the fifth one.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I think so too, just because I've been trying to avoid this particular clip that I've been seeing about something with freaking Ghostface and a flamethrower. Which I'm pretty sure that's Flamethrower Fluff's writing style right there, because he just wants a flamethrower of sorts in any horror movie, which you should watch Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. There's your flamethrower. But yes, I think this is going to probably be one of the most goriest screams we get yet, even though I don't think it's going to have the goriest scene, because that one is easily rewarded to the opening kill in the original with Casey, seeing her hanging on the tree and seeing her intestines and all that. That is just, I don't think that will ever get topped. But I think Scream 5 as a whole, definitely going to be a major bloodbath.
Yeah.
I concur.
So I got those down. Anything more, Destiny?
Do y'all think that these kills are going to be more, not so much creative, but not just like getting stabbed and like slicing? Do y'all think it's going to be like more elaborate than a lot of what we've seen before? Like more sort of, not so much like the cat and mouse sort of game, but how like Casey's hung up on the tree and Tatum gets killed with like a garage. I mean, the explosion's not that great, I don't think, in Scream 3, but it's not a stabbing. So just, do y'all think there's going to be like a variety of kills, or do y'all think it's going to be more of the typical slasher?
The typical slasher. I think I'm with Frankfo. I think it's going to be a musical.
That would be some shit. If someone starts singing, I'm going to be like, what
do you
into
like scary movies?
I would probably leave.
Yes.
I don't think I could watch it.
I'll be like, nope. Fuck, Frank ruined the movie. Fuck this. But no, to answer your question, and we actually talked about this with our predictions of 2021 with the creativity of the kills. I think if you're going to be creative, this is the time to do it. Just again, I want the main thing I want in Scream 5. I just want things to be different, but still holding true to the Scream formula and just what makes Scream Scream. So definitely, like with that flamethrower, I hope that is true, because that would be very interesting. But yeah, if this is your time to go ballistic on like creative kills, this is your time to do it versus just a simple formula of just stab, 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 stab.
I swear, dude, if Leonardo DiCaprio pulls that mask off and reveals that it's him, I swear.
You want some sauerkraut?
I agree. I think the kills are going to be creative. And the reason being is because, I mean, look at the directors, right? I mean, what they made Ready or Not such a good time with what they did. And a big part of that was the kills in that movie. They made them, very creative. Granted, those were done more for laughs. A lot of them were, and for fun, but it was very, they were all kind of unique in their own ways. Yeah, I think they're going to do some more of that here. Not necessarily on the comedic aspect, but they're not going to bore us with the kills like a lot of these Scream movies have. I don't think. I think it's going to be really fun. I would be surprised if people see people freaking explode into the abyss at the end, like just turn in, it could happen.
Well, Frank kind of touched upon that. Ghostface running around with grenades and pulling victims' nose hairs out with tweezers.
It could happen.
You had me in the first half, and then again, you find a spot that just loses me, man.
So, Frank, for the rest of the stream, just do not type the second half of your sentence. Only keep the first one.
The first half is good. The second half, questionable.
And then I saw somebody else in the chat here. There's the other. Dang it, where did he go? Y'all are just typing away at the chat here, which that is awesome. Oh, what your other co-host, Destiny, Brayden Timmons, what's going on, baby? Scream 5 is going to be awesome. Yeah, absolutely it is. And,
did you mean to just sound like Dick Vitale?
Yeah, no, I always do that with Brayden Timmons, baby. Like, it's a thing. So, AB, see your way out of it. Destiny, anything else, prediction-wise?
How prevalent do y'all think the stab movies are going to be in this movie? Do you think it's going to be... Because I did see a picture that Scream had posted on their Instagram, like the Scream official page, and it's a still of some of them, like the newer cast. It looks like they're watching movies, and someone commented saying, like, are those stab movies, like DVDs laying on the table? And the Scream account responded to them, and you can zoom in, and it does look like it does say stab. So do y'all think we're going to see something how we saw in Scream 4, how they're watching the stab movies or something like that? Obviously, I think they'll be referenced, but to what extent do y'all think they'll play in the movie?
Okay, I actually had that as one of my predictions I was going to write down for us. Is Stab going to make an appearance in Scream 5? Like, kind of like in your way, kind of like it's either being played on the screen, kind of like how Scream 4 did it, or it's just going to be like laying on a table or something. I'm going with yes, just because ever since Scream 2, it's just been a heavy point of the franchise to include it. So why stop there? So I say it's going to still continue. I don't think they're going to do kind of in the way Scream 4 did it. I think, like you just said, Destiny, kind of like in Scream 4 towards the end, it's just a DVD on the table or on the little bookshelf. I think that's just, or maybe I think it's going to be a poster or something of like Stab in Space, because we did make that joke in our prediction video. So I'm going to stick with just a poster for Stab.
Yeah, I think there'll be a light reference. Whether that's something in the opening of the movie or something very light. I don't think we're going to see it heavily. This is my hopes here. I don't want to see it heavily involved in the story. It's always been something I haven't really cared too much about, to be frank with you.
Destiny?
At least to the extent that they've done it.
Yeah, I don't know. I definitely think they'll be watching them at some point.
Right.
I don't think it's gonna take over the movie or anything like that, but I like the stab stuff. I think it's fun. So what movie do y'all think they'll be on in this? Do y'all think they'll kind of continue the joke how the franchise keeps growing? Like, I don't know, they're on movie 12 at this point.
I want to say 10. I want to say 10. That's my guess.
I'm going to say they pull a fast one on you and they just go to it's called Stab. Just Stab. I think that's. I mean, it's on par with what they're doing with this movie, what Halloween did, what everything's doing right now. So I think they're at the point now where they've had so many sequels, they just go back to the beginning.
That would be funny, and if they make a comment about it too, like,
yeah, exactly.
Oh, watching Stab. No, not the original, the one that came out 2 years ago, something like that. Or it would be kind of funny if they do something sort of how because Friday the 13th has been on hold forever. If they're yeah, this is the I don't know. They're talking about like it's the 12th one. It's like the last one because there's some lawsuit sort of thing going on. That'd just be kind of like a little, horror insider. Because if you heard that, we would know. Be like, oh, they're probably referencing Friday 13th, but who knows? I think that'd just be kind of fun. Even though it's not supposed to be super meta, it would be interesting to kind of hear that because that's been happening for so long now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Yeah, that would be awesome. Let's see here. Okay, I got that. Another prediction, or you want me to go through my list?
I'm done.
All
I'm
right.
good.
All right, cool. So, again, I'm saving the big prediction for last, like let it be our last thing, and we all pretty much know what that is. So I'm just going to go for some quick rapid fire. So people in the chat, as I go through these rapid fire ones, if you want to type them in the chat in bold letters, going bold prediction, and then just write down your prediction, we'll be sure to read them off. So be sure they're like it's in bold letters too, so I know that that's your big bold predictions. So the first one I got, we're just pretty much going to make these quick. Selena Gomez, and we'll go Destiny, Brad, and then me. Destiny, Selena Gomez, yes or no?
No.
Brad?
Yes.
Oh, okay. I'm going to still say yes, too, just because, again, when the cast follows a particular person, I know that's supposed to be like some kind of mind games, but I still think it's going to be yes. I just have that feeling.
All right.
And then, okay, we're going to have to, of course, do this one. And we talked about it earlier. It's official vote time. Is Kirby coming back?
No.
Damn it.
No.
Fuck you. I'm going to go with yes. So, because y'all are being dream killers right now, and I do not appreciate it. I'm just going to just hope. And if she doesn't do it, then I'll just toss my popcorn at the screen. That's how I feel. Stu, yes or no?
No.
And I'm actually gonna change the format of this. Not the flashback, not counting flashback, because that's totally different. Like actual Stu is alive, yes or no?
No.
No.
Yeah, I'm a no too, because it's a box TV, guys. Like you would die.
Yeah.
Like, come on.
This ain't the days of the flat screens.
No, those bitches are heavy.
Yeah, oh my gosh. And Sack and Bacon, what's going on? And Chase Moser, I saw you earlier too. I apologize. What's going on, Chase? If you're still in the chat with us. So how many deaths in this movie?
13.
9? I don't know.
9, 13. I'm just gonna go with like 8 because it's usually not a high body count for the Scream franchise. I'm just gonna go with 8 because I think the original had 7. Weapons used for kills. We kind of touched upon that earlier, just with a confirmation. I'm still gonna say that flamethrower clip is real.
Is the cheese grater still an option that we talked about a long time ago?
Oh my gosh, I was drunk that day. We are not going with the cheese grater.
Well, obviously we're going to get knives. I think that's going to be in there for sure. I've never seen. I mean, guns. I don't know, Destiny. What do you think? I'm going to copy your answer.
It would be kind of nice if they did something like a nod to Tatum with the beer bottles being thrown. So, like, let's say Ghostface is somewhere, takes a beer bottle, and if he, like, smashes it and, like, stabs them, it's still a stab, but wouldn't be just a knife. And it'd be kind of fun to have something sort of where they're, like, throwing them, someone, like, throwing them at him, just like a nod to Tatum. But honestly, I don't know. I kind of don't want the flamethrower. I don't know. Just seeing that, I saw that clip or like a little bit of it, and it would be kind of cool, I guess, but the chrome mask is kind of throwing me off. And so I saw someone say like, oh, what if this is just like a clip from a stab movie? And I kind of like that idea more, honestly.
Oh yeah,
because I don't know, if there was like a chrome mask, I feel like it would just feel so different. Even though it doesn't look bad, I just think it would kind of take me out of the scene. So, but we did see something about a fire in the trailer. So I saw the flamethrower and I was like, that kind of makes sense as to how everything catches on fire, I guess. But I don't know. I want variety, but I honestly, I don't know how they're going to do it.
Right. And again, from the directors of Ready or Not, they made Grace like do all those unique kills, or just her like fighting so uniquely. So I have a good feeling that they're going to try to do something different with this one. Let's see, I did that one. Okay, opening death. Who do you think it's going to be? Because actually, no, sorry. Go ahead, Destiny. I'm ruining the cycle.
Oh, I don't know, honestly. I don't think it's going to be one of our main three, because I feel like we saw too many clips throughout the trailer for that to happen, so I don't think that's the case. I really don't want to think it's Jenna Ortega, because I feel like they know what they're doing. I feel like it's not going to be anything we saw from the trailer. So
I concur.
Which I've tried to stay clear of even who's in this movie. I know a few people, and I know their faces. I don't know their names or their names that they're playing, because I don't really want to know that yet. I just know a couple of characters' names, but I don't really know who's playing who, honestly.
Oh, okay. So I'll be careful with the question of who the killers are on that one.
I don't know. Because I know there's... Damn. I really don't know. I have no idea.
Yeah, and I'm with you, though. Like with Jenna Ortega being the opening kill, that'd just be kind of like too far fetched. Of like, why would the trailer show that for it to be the opening kill? But I'm still gonna see it's Scream, because like that's what Scream does to us. It messes with us. Like they're so evil that way. But I'm gonna just still stay and be safe and just go with the Jenna Ortega being the opening kill. Brad?
I'm going to lean into this Selena Gomez thing pretty hard right now. I'm going to go ahead and just go that direction.
Okay. That's an interesting one.
Just for Bert, man. Just for Brett. It's going to be Kirby. She's going to come back, surprise, everybody's excited. She dies.
I would fucking leave if they did that.
Maybe because I know there's also speculation that the lady that plays Martha Meeks in Scream 3, she's going to be in this one, because there's some sort of stuff going on with her at the beach the same time, like the cast members were at the beach, and I think there was like a picture where you can kind of see her in the photo. So maybe like if she is in the movie, she could be the opening kill. I mean, I know she's not really on anything either, but that doesn't necessarily mean she can't be in the movie. Well, I don't think it'll be not necessarily as impactful as like the original, because I really don't think anything can top the original, but it would be, a character, if you're familiar with at least the third movie, you're familiar with this character. So it's a character we already know and can connect to, and that would be pretty important to our returning three, because they all knew Martha Meeks. So maybe something like that. I honestly, I don't know.
Again, it's going to be interesting to see what they do with the opening credit scene, because we have so many strong opening credit scenes within this franchise. So they got a lot of pressure just with that kill alone, because that's going to be almost your most important kill in the entire movie. Okay, so since we're going to continue with the devs thing, so I'm going to have to go ahead and ask this. The big three, who lives and who's dying? Destiny?
Dewey.
I know. Dewey, yeah. Brad?
Gail and Dewey.
Okay. Oh, you're going
because
too.
Gail's going to be the killer.
God.
All right.
You're being crazy. But I'm sorry, but Dewey's going to have to bite. Dewey's going to have to bite the dust on this one, guys. Just because, again, based off the trailer, I know they shot like multiple scenes and all that, but just the face that Gail makes, it's not a happy one. So I'm going to have to go with Dewey for that reason.
Dewey, you can see it in his eyes in the trailer. He's definitely a dead man walking. This is a man that's going to die in this movie for sure. I think everybody knows that. But I think yeah, I mean, I think there's some intrigue there to go ahead and do some fun stuff with the. We'll get into that here in a second. I won't talk too much about it, but we'll hear in a minute. Yeah, Dewey's going down for sure.
Alrighty. Okay. Number of killers. These two would be like the last little bit of our predictions and all that. So number of killers for the official.
I still want to stick with 2, I think.
Alrighty,
Yeah.
Brad.
I'm still a 1 kind of guy.
Still going with 1. I'll go ahead and be bold. I'm going to say it's 3. Because I just have that feeling like they're going to do something different this time around, and 3 is the way to do it. And then the last bold prediction question I have, and again, Destiny, like I'll be careful not to mention like names and all that. Who do you think the killers are?
I don't know. The one girl that was in Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
Danielle Harris.
Nope, but I like your
She
answer.
was in the movie, so
Yeah, the one that gets freaking burned with that fucking flamethrower.
I'm trying to remember her name.
I can't remember, but I don't know, because she just has this look about her. She just looks like a killer.
Does she have like the red stripe hair?
No, she has the long black hair.
Long black. Okay, I'm sure I'll find her here in a minute.
She's the one that dies in the pool in Once Upon a Time in Hollywood from being burned.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah, because I don't know, she just looks like a killer. Plus, she's already played a killer. But then again, I feel like that's not surprising enough. Same thing with Kyle. I feel like he gives me killer vibes because I don't know, maybe because I've seen him in roles like that, like the creepy roles, and he's been in a lot of horror movies, so it feels like he could also be a killer because he just has that look about him.
He does.
And I think it would be kind of interesting too if they, which I know if this happened, people would probably get pissed off. It would be kind of interesting for there to be 2 female killers. I know a lot of people would probably say that's not plausible for like the physical sort of stuff. But it would be interesting because, again, that's something that hasn't been done before. Or if there was 3, it would be like 2 girls and 1 guy, and the guy's probably doing more of the dirty work, and they're the masterminds. I don't know. I'll just stick with Once Upon a Time in Hollywood and
Kyle.
Sure.
She fits the bill
Right.
as far as clumsiness goes. I mean, she fell right into the pool before, so I think now, like she could. I mean, you could definitely see that happening with Ghostface. So
Yeah, things could get heated.
it's going to get hot.
So, Brad, with your 1 killer prediction, who do you think that 1 killer is?
It's Gail Weathers, guys. Come on, this is something. This has been. They've been building. I'm not kidding here. This is some. They've been building up to this. If you go back and really think about it, they've been building up to this moment since the first movie. Okay, she gets freaking punched in the face by her girl Sid. Okay, Dewey comes in. Great, it's all good. Fine in games. They always had that rivalry with Sidney. Still, even in the second movie, and then I mean against each other. And then in the fourth movie, you're talking Lemon Square Hicks over here coming in. Like obviously that's making freaking Gail pretty jealous, I think. And I think she's gonna end up turning psycho here. And I think she's gonna kill Dewey, and that's gonna be the reveal. When Dewey dies, that's when we figure out it's Gail. It's gonna be a very highly emotional moment. I'm telling you, this could work. This could really work. I think
so you're actually being serious right now.
I think it could work. And then that's why we end up back at Stu's house, because Gail was there. It all comes full circle. It makes perfect sense. She goes back there because this is where it all kind of came together for Gail, back in the day when she freaking, forgot to take the safety off. And like, I could really see it.
Okay.
There's some intrigue there.
If that prediction's true, I will walk out of the theater. Not because of the movie being bad. It's just because Brad was right.
I could see it, dude. I'm telling you, there's a lot of intrigue there. You got the big 3 that we're all like, oh, somebody's going to die. They're going to die for sure. But did they actually expect one of them to be the killer and the one of them being the reason the other person's dying? Like I think that's big. That's a big twist that takes, it takes some guts to go there. But I think they might actually do it.
All right. So we'll see. That's the thing. Like that's a bold prediction right there from you, Brad. What I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna name like the actors and the actresses. Just like leave the character name out just for Destiny. And then I'm gonna leave my third one blank. But trust me, there is a third one. And when I mentioned these two actors and actresses, probably some of y'all know who my third one's gonna be. So for me, Mason Gooding, Jasmine Savoy Brown. Those would be two of my three killers.
I can
Yeah, I
dig.
cannot tell you who those people are.
Yeah, once you see him in the movie Destiny, you'll know immediately like why I'm pretty much telling them. And when the movie comes out, I'll go into more detail why I thought about that. So those are mine. And then some of y'all in the chat, if you know who those characters are, you will know who my third one's going to be. All right, I'm just writing this down real quick. All righty. So I got them right here. So when the movie comes out, I'll tally them up, and the losers are going to have to give the winner some lemon squares.
Oh, I like
Whoa.
it.
Yeah. So work on your baking just in case if you think you're going to lose. So
All right, will do.
So let me go ahead and Rob. We're a little over the hour mark, so we're about to close up here. So let me read some of these bold predictions, and then we'll ask Destiny what she's got coming up, and then we'll just get on everyone on out here. So let's see here. Zach says, "What if Sidney became the killer?" See, I think that's too overstretched. And why would Sidney want to do that? And plus, he kind of ruined all the other movies if you do that. But I appreciate the bold prediction, though.
I like it. It's a good idea in theory, but I just, I'm stuck on this Gale thing.
Oh my gosh, freaking Gale. Dana Banner, bold prediction. He beats a woman to death with a birdhouse.
Dude, bird bath, maybe. Remember the Friday the 13th video game where you smashed him on the bird bath?
Oh gosh, yeah. So, hey, that can work if freaking Ghostface is strong enough to do it. All right, we got Flamethrower Fluff. Bold prediction. Gail is involved with the killers in some way to revive her career. So, Brad, a little bit with what you touched
Exactly, dude. Remember, she was also, yes, in the fourth movie, she was having a hard time with her books and everything. Like, I'm telling you, it's going to happen.
All right. Chris Quinton says, prediction, no death. So I'm going to guess the original 3 is safe from what I'm understanding on that.
No death, no opening kill, no actual opening kill, he says, too.
Oh, okay. Perfect. Dana Banner, bold prediction. Deputy Wendy, which is Hicks Peppercorn, is the opening victim and secretly fucking Dewey. So again, that could be the guys, do not give Brad hope. Do not give him hope on his prediction.
It's gonna happen.
And then Chris Quinton also says Judy's lemon squares are the killers.
Yeah, definitely.
Because they taste like ass. Bacon Pew Pew say plot twist. Xander comes in riding a giraffe and kills everyone. If that doesn't happen, then I want my money back.
Oh my god.
And then I gotta save our big screen fans bold prediction for last. Frank, let's see if you have learned what we taught you throughout this stream. With credit to Zach, Sidney would make the perfect killer because if you want to break the horror movie formula, then why not have the victim be the killer and end this shit? I don't like the part of the not ending this shit, but that is an excellent point to do something so damn different.
Yeah, I don't like it.
Yeah, she's on full board. Full on board of the Sidney being the main girl, final girl. All right. Okay, yeah, then there's that. So, I gotta read this last one. I think Spider-Bird's going to swing in and scream justice for Spider-Bird and take out everyone. Yeah, absolutely. And spoiler alert, I'm in the movie. No, no, I'm not.
God.
Oh, gosh, I wish I was.
Right?
It would have been cool if you were.
Oh, yeah. Dude, if I were going to be in that movie, I would want to die just to be killed by Ghostface.
Yeah.
So guys, that's pretty much it for some of our predictions. I got them written down. If you're watching after the fact, just let us know in that comment section down below. We will love to continue to hear more of your all's predictions for Scream 5. And if you're listening on Spotify and Apple Podcasts, we appreciate you. And we're going to easily be loading more content up on those podcast devices. So we're going to get ready to close out here. And before we do, Destiny, do you have anything coming up on like being on people's channels or on with the Fear Freaks podcast with you and Braden? Because y'all are doing an amazing job on that show.
Thank you. Tomorrow we have an episode, and I believe it's our most anticipated movies of the year, our top 5. So that'll be a lot of fun. And then once Scream comes out, we plan on talking about it. And then we also have a Halloween Kills drunk watch along coming up, which I'm very excited for.
Have you been practicing?
No, I have not. So we're just I'll practice Saturday, and then we'll see where we go from there. But I'm really excited to do that, just because I've been wanting to do that for a while. So gonna do that. Besides that, I think that is it for now that I know of.
Okay, awesome. And then there is one more, but I'll include it kind of like with what we got coming up on our channel.
Okay.
So let me go ahead and take a deep breath because I'm always out of breath trying. Oh, guys, I'm sorry. There's one last thing projection wise we got to do real quick. I had this since Destiny started to cover you up there. These from IMBD I found what their projection of the opening numbers are going to be for like the weekend, domestic, foreign, worldwide, Rotten Tomatoes. So do you all agree with this real quick? So Destiny, we'll go with you first.
I mean, I feel like that's pretty reasonable. I don't think this is sort of kind of like a No Way Home sort of thing, because that just fucking crushed it. But, you know, horror is a little bit more niche, I guess, in a way. But I think the numbers still look pretty good. Rotten Tomatoes is 60%. I'm hoping for maybe a little bit higher, but 60 is still not terrible. So, yeah.
Brad?
Yeah, these look pretty good. I could see the box office being a little bit more. Possibly. I you know, obviously there's not a lot of competition right now, and yeah, I mean, I think it could be a good time. Rotten Tomatoes, I would think maybe high 60s.
I would think just if with the critics they'll probably go like high 60s like Brad said, but I think with the fans I would be shocked if it's less than 85, just because you know how the Scream franchise fan base is. They love this franchise, so I would think it would go a little bit higher than 60% in my opinion, but everything else number wise it looks great, or like Destiny said, reasonable. Let's see here. All right, so here we go. Let me take a deep breath. There we go. So right after this stream, 1 hour from now, close to 1 hour from now, I will be over on Bacon Pew Pew's channel. We're going to be doing a watch along for Scream 2, and I'm also going to be joined by Emily Boomer, and we're going to have a grand old time. So at 9:15 over on Bacon Pew Pew's channel, if you want to join us for some Scream 2 watch along. And then this Friday, the day has finally come as we start our Infinity War Saga watch-along series for the Justice League with me, Brad, Chris Snyder, and Braden Timmons. And we are going to start that watch-along series with Iron Man for this Friday over on House of the Living Dead channel at 8 o'clock Eastern Time. And then this coming Monday, me and Brad are going to be dropping our Scream 4 movie review, which that will be the last movie review we drop right before Scream 5. Then we'll do a Scream 5 review, and then we'll do a ranking video to follow to finish out that review series. And then our live show for next Wednesday, it'll be our first Slash It Out of 2022, and Dan Gummit, Brad picked an amazing matchup.
Because I won the last matchup, Brett, man.
Yeah, you got lucky. No, I'm just kidding. Brad whooped me. And we appreciate your guys' votes too. And we're going to need your help again because of this particular matchup. It's going to be Ready or Not versus one of my top 5 horror movies of all time, and you're next. So, holy crap. This is going to be a matchup for Slash It Out for the ages, and you do not want to miss this. So, that would be next Wednesday live stream at 7 o'clock Eastern Time. And then January the 16th, a show is going to be coming back from the dead. And that is going to be me and Destiny are bringing back from the dead. And we're going to be covering the horror movie anniversaries for January. So that's going to be like, again, the integrals of 5. So 5, 10, 15, 20. And we're also going to include 1 year. So we'll be talking about the movies that came out in 2021 as well. So that's going to be January the 16th, but we do not have a time yet. As soon as we get a time, we will let you all know. And then, Brad, I'm going to let you talk about this last one as I catch my breath.
Catch it. Oh, Batman is coming up. So the new Batman movie comes out in March. Obviously, we're really excited about it. It's my most anticipated movie. It was my most anticipated movie of the year. It's up there on Brett's list. So what we're going to be doing is a new series for these Batman movies here, leading up to the release of that. And then, of course, we'll be doing a ranking of those. And what we're doing are the 7 Batman live action standalone movies. So the 4 original ones and then the 3 Dark Knight movies. So what we're doing, as opposed to doing reviews, we thought we'd do something a little bit different. And we're just going to talk about what's awesome about these movies, man. We're not going to come out here and critique them all and bash them all and give out all of our negatives and, make it sound like a horrible movie. We're going to go in and we're going to celebrate the heck out of them and we're going to have a good time with it. And we're really excited about it.
All righty. So that is what we got, all that and much, much more coming up on Good Real Hunting. So we're officially going to close out. So Destiny, thank you so much for spending time with us on Screen Predictions. We just knew we couldn't do this video or this live stream again without you since you did the 2021 with us. So we want you to have an amazing time with Scream next week because I know you're super excited because this is your first time going to see a Scream movie at the theaters, not including when the original one came out. And also, lastly, be careful on the internet because I did hear I'm starting to knife as some of the reviews are going to come out for the movie. So that will come with some spoiler territory. So please be careful on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, everywhere. Just please be very careful. Very careful. So Desi, again, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for having me on. Very excited.
Yeah, absolutely. So without further ado, guys, we're going to close on out here and we will see you guys next week for that live Slash It Out.
Merry Christmas.
Brad, it's not okay getting out here before he just caused 7. Just kidding. We are not beginning again. We are ending. See you guys.